Good afternoon. I'm Darlene Maddox. I live in Wicklow, New Brunswick, and I'm going to make toilet bombs today. Thieves toilet bombs. First of all, for your Thieves toilet bombs, you're going to need 4 primary ingredients: baking soda, citric acid, Thieves cleaner, and lemon oil. So for the recipe, the first thing we'll add is a cup of baking soda. And then we're going to add half a cup of citric acid. This is citric acid. Mix it together well. Make sure you get the lumps out of it. It needs to get those lumps out. That's all you have to do. Just mix it a little bit with the wooden spoon. Remove the lumps. So the next ingredient that we're going to add is our Thieves cleaner to this and our lemon oil. And it's good to put in a little spray bottle. It's going to spray well into your mixture. So the recipe calls for a tablespoon of Thieves oil. And 25 drops of lemon oil. You'll notice the lemon oil is probably going to make the Thieves cleaner a little cloudy to it, but that's okay. So, the next thing we want to do is I'm going to spray this into this mixture, and this is sort of the tricky part about this. You're going to spray and you're going to mix well, and once you start this process you have to keep going at it. You can't, I made the big mistake once of starting it and then coming back to a really hard ball. About 15 minutes later I just left it, but once you start you have to keep going at it. So you can mix it well, keep mixing. Now I'm going to put my gloves on at this point because I like to almost get in and knead it a little bit. We're going to spray quite a few sprays to the consistency that it's going to be of coarse sand. Well, the citric acid, that's sort of a harder item to find sometimes. You can find it in health food stores, places like Bulk Barn. I get it from an online store that sells soap supplies. Voyager. A lot of people just get it on Amazon. But health food stores always have citric acid. So you have to be really, this is the tricky part. You have to be careful you don't spray too much, and a lot of people do. You have to know when to stop. The trick is to hold it in your hand. It's not ready yet. It has to be at the consistency when you press it together that's going to stay into a nice little puck for a nice little, we're almost there. The toilet bombs are great little items to drop into your toilet. I think I've had videos of how dropping them in, how they fizz right up, and you can leave them in the toilet after you drop them in for about 10 minutes after they're done fizzing, and then you can take your toilet brush and give the toilet a good cleaning. Well, we're almost there. Almost there. Has to be the consistency of fine sand. I'm going to give it, I'm going to say it's done. It's really tempting to keep going, but you got to stop. You don't want it to start fizzing on you. It's a little messy. Another reason to wear the gloves too is because it's messy, but they say the citric acid is hard on your nail polish. I've never had that problem, but that is one thing they say. So you take an empty ice cube tray and just dump them in. So this is messy too, and make sure you got a nice cookie tray underneath, an old cookie tray. Now I notice it looks a little grainy, but it was at that point, stayed in the puck. And you'll know when you press it in, it's still a little wet. And keep pressing it in and making it, my tray's a little too big maybe. That's okay. Once you get really good at these, you'll want to make your own little trays, like with silicone trays and stuff. So press it in. You'll notice they'll try to raise a little bit on you too, a little bit. But press it in nice and neat. Now that's going to dry on you, and it takes about 4 to 6 hours to dry really well. I let them sit overnight. So I made some last night, and these are it. Oh, sorry. So there they are. That's what they look like. It's good to store them in an airtight container. And as you see up here, I decorated some. I give them away for gifts. People love them. They're great little, they're completely safe for anybody to handle. Kids can have and handle them. They're great little hostess gifts too. I decorate them. I'm going to give those away for some Christmas gifts. So there you have it. There's your Thieves toilet bombs. If you have any questions, you can just post below and we'll answer you. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.